Welcome to the TOEFL Listening section. In this section, you will listen to an academic lecture and then answer questions about what you heard. You may take notes while you listen. You will have time to review your notes before answering the questions. Listen to part of a lecture in a university class. You will hear the lecture only once, so listen carefully. After the lecture, you will answer some questions about what you heard. Some questions ask about the main ideas and supporting details. Other questions ask you to make inferences or connections between ideas. Answer each question based on what is stated or implied in the lecture.
Today we will focus on language acquisition in children, with particular attention to the stages of first language development and the mechanisms that support them. I will describe sequential stages, from prelinguistic vocalizations to the emergence of complex syntax, and give examples from English and other languages to illustrate universal patterns and variation. We begin with the prelinguistic stage, which spans the first year. Newborns respond to speech rhythm and to prosodic cues. By 6 months, infants show canonical babbling, where consonant-vowel sequences like baba or mama become frequent. Around 9 to 12 months, we see the transition to the one-word stage, sometimes called the holophrastic stage. A single word like milk or dog can express a whole proposition depending on intonation and context. One well-documented fact is the vocabulary spurt, which often occurs around 18 months. During this period, many children rapidly add new lexical items, sometimes at a rate of several words per week. After the one-word stage, children enter a two-word or telegraphic stage at roughly 2 years of age. In English, typical utterances are like want cookie or mommy go, which lack function words, yet convey relations. Around age 2, children often produce telegraphic speech, where they omit function words, yet convey meaning. Between 2 and 3 years, morphology and syntax develop quickly. Children add tense marking and plural morphology, and begin to combine 3- and 4-word utterances into simple sentences. A classic phenomenon in this period is overregularization, where children produce forms like goat or mouses. This shows that children are learning morphological rules and applying them to irregular forms. By 4 to 5 years, many children produce complex sentences with subordinate clauses and demonstrate mastery of major syntactic constructions, although fine-grained morphology continues to refine later. I want to highlight mechanisms that underlie these stages. Infants use statistical learning to detect phonetic categories and distributional patterns. They also use bootstrapping strategies, such as prosodic bootstrapping, to infer syntax from rhythmic cues. Input is crucial, but does not need to be perfect. Child-directed speech, or motherese, provides clearer prosodic boundaries and exaggerated cues. Experimental studies show that infants perform better when exposed to rich, contingent input. Fast mapping allows children to acquire word meanings after minimal exposure. For example, a child might learn the meaning of a novel noun from a single contextual encounter, and then refine its use over time. Cross-linguistic evidence is informative. For instance, Turkish children acquire agglutinative morphological markers earlier because those markers are salient in the input, while English learners show earlier word order sensitivity. Methodologically, we rely on longitudinal corpus studies like the Brown corpus, and experimental techniques, such as preferential looking and habituation to probe comprehension in preverbal infants. Case studies are also instructive. The well-known forbidden input case highlighted the importance of early exposure, although ethical concerns limit such studies. Naturalistic deprivation cases taught us about sensitive periods and plasticity. Let us consider milestones as diagnostic markers. Babbling indicates typical phonological development. The emergence of two-word combinations signals early syntactic combination, and the vocabulary spurt indicates rapid lexical consolidation. In practice, these stages vary in timing and rate across children due to individual differences, bilingual exposure, and socioeconomic factors. Yet the sequence tends to be remarkably consistent across cultures. Before I finish, I will summarize. Prelinguistic vocalizations lead to one-word production, then two-word telegraphic speech, followed by rapid morphological and syntactic development, and later complex sentence formation. Understanding these stages helps clinicians and educators identify atypical trajectories early and design interventions that support language development in children.
Listen again to part of a lecture, then answer the question.
Around age, two children often produce telegraphic speech, where they omit function words, yet convey meaning.
This concludes the listening section. For more TOEFL practice tests and study materials, visit Spinta.org.